So let me put my guide hat back on for a minute, and I'm going to sift through all the information that we've collected during our market research phase, and I'm going to come up with some suggestions as to some of the problems the military health customer might be facing. We know from our own experience that we've got a number of ERPs that are growing. Those ERPs are all converging on the joint medical environment. All of those internal partners we saw before, each of them has their own ERP champion. Well, they're trying to collect data from the same legacy sources, and they're trying to collect it in different ways. They have different business rules. They have different definition for the data. And so we can assume that our customer is being forced to create 3- and 4-headed hydras out of each of their legacy programs in order to accommodate those ERPs. Can we put together a solution using perhaps IME, where the customer can now take all their data, dump it into a black box, and have the ERPs come and feed? How much money would that save the MHS? How much time? How much pain? Second point there, financial visibility. We saw that there were increased financial pressures. We also saw a need for increased control and measurable management course correction. How can we give the military health system better financial visibility? The medical data exchange. Do we have any tools in our toolbox which will help facilitate that? Now, I'm not suggesting that the BTA take on the whole world's problems. In fact, what I am suggesting is that we take our tools and we position our tools to be used by this customer to solve their own problems. In other words, medical data exchange, if we think we can do medical data exchange with IME, dumping all the data into a black box and letting people pull from it, and distributing that data over DKO, we can engage the military health community, we can make this a suggestion, and then we can show them how to do it. And we're done. They go off, they spend their budgets to do it, and they use their resources to get it done. What we've done is acted as a catalyst for transformation. We haven't physically gone in and transformed. Well, actually, we have transformed by being that catalyst and making an action again on that particular target market. But they're the ones that are doing the work and spending their money. Portfolio management. While I was sitting in the chair, I identified 565 applications in all of those sub-organizations. They need visibility. Is there a way that we can use enterprise architecture or our tools like IME, the dashboards, or the investment review process to identify all those applications and bring visibility to them? And I'm sure that there are a whole host of other potential problems that we can solve for this customer. So we have to get that story together, and we get some potential solutions together, and then we go off and we engage this customer. So if I go back and recall our formula, there's a few things we have left to do. We have to decide what message we want the medical community to have. Are we going to pick one of those potential solutions? We're going to pick all of them? How are we going to communicate that to them in terms that they will understand and relate to? What experience do we want them to have with us? Do we want them to see us as a friend that's there to help them get on their own feet using our tools? Do they see us as an expert in their environment? As much of an expert, or maybe even more so of an expert than many of them are about their environment? And what can we do that's going to really knock their socks off? What kinds of things that we can do that's going to impress the heck out of them? I got to tell you, walking in their environment, speaking in their language, and giving them back information about their environment is already going to wow the heck out of them. Their leaders are going to be very appreciative. It's going to give them a sign that we've done our homework and that we haven't just sort of showed up and shot from the hip about how great our products are. There are some drills here. I put the tip up there. Sometimes if you get sort of twisted up and you can't figure out what why someone should buy from you, you can just jot down a brainstorming list, a top 10 list, if so to speak, of the reasons why someone should buy from you. And you do that, of course, after you did the market research. So you've got a good wealth of information there to draw from, but then you just jot it all out. The second one is reuse, really. Let's not do this again and again and again in its full entirety. Let's do it one time. Let's capture as much as we can about the experience we want people to have. And then let's reapply that template to our additional customers so we don't keep reinventing the wheel. And then the last question I put down there in the bottom, where do we go from here and what other target markets can we define?